champion of this game by a long shot, so he's no joke. AndyBundy is a really new runner, but he has been really dedicated these last few weeks. And we're off. Probably going to get a sync on the timers because they are like 5-6 seconds off. And Nordic was playing earlier and was playing really well in attempts. It almost PB'd. Here we go. Now it's synced up. And you can see Nordic going at lightning speed on 35 pace or so. And Andy is going through it pretty cleanly. So.
Fossil Canyon.
Oops. That goes So, Fossil Canyon, really difficult track, and you see Nordic going for the jump on the first lap there. That's a strat you generally use when you don't play with music. Otherwise, the zipper before is a lot laggier, so it's hard to get a good jump. Sub 20 first lap is really good. Ooh, Andy driving off the track a little bit there, but still fine. You can see the difference in strats. They actually entered the canyon at the same time there. And you see that when you do that cannula strat, as we call it, when you grab the blue balloon and the zipper in the tunnel to just blast yourself into the canyon, you go really fast. And I think you could see the difference pretty well there. If you see Nordic's screen right there. He's blasting himself out in the canyon instead of just driving out like this.
Jungle Falls.
And then he had to avoid the bubble there. Nice lake jump though. That was really good into the cave there. And Nordic is playing a super smooth and cool level, Jungle Falls. As you can see, you're just basically boosting and flying all the way through. And it looks like it's gonna be a 36 from now. We'll see when the race is done, but it should be a 36. Yeah. Okay, so that's a solid time. Let's see if Andy can. Ooh, wow. I was surprised I didn't bonk there. He bounced around a little bit, but he was able to avoid the bonk. One thing you can see with Andy is when you're a bit newer and you're not like as sure of the lines you're supposed to take, you see a lot of the sharp turn, which is when you press the R button, which is the drift, and the brake button at the same time. You see that he does like a wheelie on the side. He just steps up on 2 wheels. Then you can turn really sharply, and it's a tool that you use a lot. However, you can see with the newer runners that they want to adjust their position a lot more. So I think if you try to notice that, like if you look at Nordic, who gets a 47 out of bounds, a 48 is solid. If you look at Nordic, you see that he takes like more clear lines all the way through. And he doesn't use it. He does use it sometimes, and it's a really good tool even for top runners. But you see more adjustments on like regular paths for new runners than you see for the top players. And we got the first hover track for Nordic. And of course, I want to mention that Bundy is out of bounds. Looking good. He's going a bit far to the right though. Okay, yeah. However, that mistake is not that bad. Like, clipping back in bounds there, not too bad. Because there are a few mistakes you can do that are really, really bad. Where you, for example, clip back in bounds when you have missed a checkpoint. So you have to turn back and you have to like abandon everything, it feels like. But Andy, he's back out of bounds. Good. Let's see, he needs to go a little bit further to the right.
Pirate Lagoon.
he went back. But yeah, this is still good. You can just drive in. All good. Yeah. And you see Nordic cruising through Part Lagoon, even though he missed that zipper. So Part Lagoon is a really cool level because you just blast through it with balloons all the way through, basically. Like a zipper, and then you turn, quick turn, boost into a boost, and then you grab a boost, you know. So this level is like insane. It's really good if you want to practice how to boost well in hovercraft, because this is all boosts, and it's actually really fun. Oh, Nordic was really dedicated to grab that balloon. However, he was not able to make it there. He's gonna get the 53, which is acceptable. Yep.
Christmas Island.
Into horn, exactly. The horn is really important in this game because it shows the mood of the player. If you hear a lot of horn sounds, it means that the player is pretty mad. If you don't hear a lot of horn sounds, they're happy. So, psychologists all around the world uses it. Okay, so one thing you can see with AndyBundy is that he is a little bit more insecure with the snaking, but it's actually really difficult, like a really difficult thing to learn. You just have to experiment a lot with it. You need to check the speedometer and go back and forth and see what works. It's actually pretty difficult to get it down, and there are different timings for the snaking depending on if you're in a boost or if you're just driving and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff to learn there. 1 of 5. Yeah, Nordic is looking good. Okay, he's on a good run. See Andy. Avoiding those, that's very good actually. It's actually really hard to avoid. Because he saved the balloon and just drove into the zipper with the balloon, where you usually boost into the zipper. But he didn't lose the balloon to a green balloon, so that's good. Nordic. Blue. Let's see which strat he uses at the end here. He's using it in the tunnel and gets a connection. Good. He gets a 41, which is okay. It's just that Treasure Caves is a really harsh level because it's a really short level that is very hard to be consistent at. It's basically impossible. It's none of the top players are consistent at it. It's just you know, you just have to accept that you lose 2-3 seconds every single time you play it. Like every time. Okay. And now we have Everfrost Peak. A level where you, after you hit the first zipper, don't use the A button at all. Because using the A button while in the boost will kill the boost, and barrel rolls in this game adds like boost power. So they just want to stay, like he just want to stay in boost speed all the time. So he's just gonna skip the accelerator. See if he gets the balloon. Okay, he gets it. One thing with this level, Everfrost Peak, is that even though it's kind of hard and really, you know, fast and all that stuff, there's a lot of backup stuff you can do. Like he missed a balloon, but then he can grab another balloon, and he missed a zipper, and then he can do, you know, there's a lot of backups. You see he missed that balloon, but it didn't really cost him any time. Is it sub 1? Oof, 1 flat. 1:00:16. That's still a good time. I promise you that he's satisfied with that. Andy taking the shortcut with a slight bump, but nothing major. Whoa, Nordic flying.
Lap 2.
All right. And one thing that's interesting that you can see Nordic do. Oh, he missed the zipper there. That's weird. One thing you can see Nordic do at the end there, I'm going to point it out next time he does it, is that he holds down on the joystick to avoid bumping into the ground. And that's something a lot of players don't really know, and they do that. Oh, wow, he got sniped there. They usually have a rocket on them there, so there's a risk of getting sniped, but it's really unfortunate when it happens. So look at Nordic's screen right now. Here, he holds down. Okay, he actually didn't do it enough there, but oh, he used the balloon. Okay, so a lot of things to say there, but the reason he missed the balloon there is because he used the blue balloon too late. So he was going too fast, or he was like kind of flying over the zipper. Generally, you want to be further away from that zipper so you can get the boost connection. But he was too close to it, so he flew over it.
Lap 2.
Andy losing all his speed to the ground there. Let's see. Oh, wow, he didn't get that connection. He still got the balloon. Oh, wow. So, the thing that you see on Nordic's screen there is actually super common. And the reason that kind of stuff happens when you use a boost in the valley part and you want to go into the igloo, there's like a lot of bumps in the ground. And what happens in this game when you, especially when you drift, is that if you hold a direction and drift, it will switch it when you land. If you're drifting one direction, wow, what a bonk by Bundy. But if you drift one direction and you land after a bump, you switch direction, and that has multiple bumps in that valley. So if you boost up, you might as well just fly far to the right or far to the left, or it's like impossible to tell. It's a super difficult part. Oof. Andy almost with a swag barrel roll, hitting that. Right, 141, a little rough, I think, but what I like about Andy's style, I mentioned it the last time I commented on him, is that he's actually attempting to do things that are difficult, which is a very good way of improving at the game. Like, he's trying to do Everfrost Peak without holding A, which is like a top tier thing to do. It's like a pro player thing. But he tries to do it as a beginner just because he knows that's how you're supposed to do it, so. One day, he's gonna get it down. Okay, so NordicBoa finishing up, or like he did finish it up.
Trophy race. Boulder Canyon.
Starting Boulder Canyon. Which is the longest hover track. And the first lap, oh, wow, that's a great boost. Let's see, mid 25? Yeah, mid 25 is good. And he's struggling a little bit there. It's kind of rough lap. But Nordic is cruising through this Boulder Canyon right here. Yeah, this is a really good Boulder Canyon by Nordic so far. Ooh, tipped up, stopping him in his tracks, but still good. This is like a 111, 112-ish. 112 probably. Andy, get some ice on there. Ice on the wounds.
Greenwood Village.
see Andy, what kind of strat he uses here for the valley. Going for the balloon. Ooh. Okay, good ending of the lap, please. That's 24:08. This is a solid lap for Nordic. And he's one of the few that doesn't go for the shield. So generally runners go for the shield there because in that tunnel after the village part on the second lap is usually filled with spike balls and oil slicks. And there's a shield to grab at the beginning of the lap. So you generally want to grab the shield, but it's like slightly slower, maybe 0.1 or 0.2 slower. So he gets a 109, even though he bonked a bit at the end there. Okay, Nordic. Let's see if he can get this out of bounds. So the bracket seeding later is going to depend on the best race time you've gotten in your group stage. So he definitely want to get this to get a good chance on. Okay, he got it. Nice. Slow clip, but you know, a slow clip loses like 1 second or like maybe 2. Missing the out of bounds entirely loses you about 20. So. Yeah, Nordic is doing good. Like his first lap was actually really good for being with a slow clip. This is 1-1. Yeah, 1-2. Okay, still good. I mean, with a slow clip in the beginning, definitely a good time. But Nordic's run is actually really good. Nordic's run is really good. He is definitely on pace to at least get the second best race time of the tournament. Maybe even the best one. We'll see. But the run is good. Sure. Ooh. He got like a turn that was too wide. So he snatched his zipper there, and you don't really want to do that because you lose control. But he was able to save it really well, actually. Like he just held A as soon as he got the boost, so he would get as little speed as possible from it, and then he could control himself a bit more. If he just let that boost go, he would have smashed into the wall pretty hard. But he saved it really well. Ooh, Andy. Oh, you actually got some speed from the log there. He's really hitting the logs. I think he's hit every single log in the level so far. He's kind of lucky with them though. The reason there's no track music is because it adds lag. So taking it away makes some zippers stronger, and it also reduces like overall lag. So some places are just less lag. And it's hard to tell how much time it saves, but it's around 15 seconds or so over the course of the run. Let's see. So Space Alley is an insanely hard level, and Nordic is getting a 118, which is probably a little bit slower than he wanted, but you know, that track can if you're having a bad time, you can easily lose like 15 seconds there. So the horn does not add lag. Shooting rockets and stuff can add lag though. Beautiful jump from Nordic. So hard to get so much speed from that zipper right there. But he's super consistent at getting that kind of speed.
Lap 2.
So let's see, Andy. See if he can get this turn without bonking. Yes, he can with 2 RB turns, as we call them. It's like, but it's called a sharp turn. Ooh, avoiding some spike balls. You know, regular Diddy racing stuff. Like cruising through some spike balls and, you know, chilling. You see Nordic screen also a bunch of spike balls. And he ends up with a... wow. But there, he actually hit one spike ball instead. So Andy has been attempting the out of bounds here lately, even though it's a very difficult step. Wow. So as you can see, the plane is extremely punishing, like extremely punishing. So if you barrel like that and you just slam into a wall, I mean, you don't hold A or anything, so you just lose all your speed, all your boost speed, and you know, you lose everything. So it's bonking in the plane is horrible. So let's hope he doesn't do more of that. The bonk was not that bad, but still, man. Did I jinx him? Nordic bonking a few times. Yeah, he's still in third. Like, he's had a rough win planes. That's for sure. That's for sure. But Nordic's one is really good. He's about to enter the last level. And like his time, if he gets a decent, you know, regular Space Pro Alpha here, he should be able to claim the second best race time of the tournament. Yeah, Andy's definitely struggling in the windmill planes. That's for sure. Okay, so let's see if you get that out of bounds, Nordic. No problems whatsoever. Yeah, it definitely looks like a low 24. He's gonna get to low 24 if he just clutches this out. No problem. So let's see what the final time is. No problems with the... This is actually really good at Space Alpha. 24:08. 24:08. Good job by Nordic. Getting the second best race time of the tournament. And why I keep saying that is because, as I mentioned earlier, the bracket seeding later is going to depend on your best race time. So important to get a good time, and now he got the second best time. But of course, all players haven't played all of their races yet, of course. But this is for his first race of the tournament, and it's really good. And Bundy is done with the 4th trophy. He has 1 trophy to go. His PB is a 33.16. So he has about 8 minutes to finish Future Fondant to get a PB. We have Space Dust Alley here. Oof, wow, almost sniped. Oh,
Hello.
hi Nordic.
Oh.
So you're done with your first race. What are you happy with the
Yeah,
results?
it's been better than I thought.
Yeah. 2408 is really good. I mean, it puts you in the second best first seed
Hmm.
right now.
Whew. Still,
Yeah,
some weird stuff.
yeah, of course, but still very few major mistakes, though. I'd say.
Yeah.
Like, I know that you always complain on your gameplay for always doing major mistakes and runs, but there weren't many here. No
Yeah.
major stuff.
A one like this is what I want for when I usually practice.
Yeah,
The only mistakes that made me a little bit unhappy were those missed zippers in Voloscope where I just drove over them without
yeah.
getting
Like,
them.
yeah, I think as I mentioned in the commentaries that like you use the balloon really close to the zipper, and when that happens, it's really common to just fly over it. So you should use it. You should use it earlier to not have that problem. It's the same, when you use this, you use that, the strat I made in Frost Village. When you boost into the zipper before the slope. It's like similar there. If you use it too close, you also fly over the zipper sometimes.
Yeah. I was actually on PB pace until FFL. Man.
Yeah, it was really good. But of course, we all know how it is. Starting in Dino, getting to Space Dust Alley. Space Dust Alley is, and you got a 118. And you know that's not a good time for a PB attempt. But that's all usually what happens, when you do Dino early. You just know that that's a risk.
Yep.
So we're just gonna see how Andy's doing as well. Like he has a few minutes left of his race. And as I mentioned to chat earlier, that his PB is a 33.16. So yeah, he has 5 minutes left and 2 laps in Dark Moon and Star City and Spaceport Alpha.
Yeah, should be looking pretty good.
Yeah, because I know that his PB did not get the Spaceport Alpha out of bounds, but he knows how to do it. So he has a shot. He has a shot. Oof, wow, so close to the bubble. And what was I gonna say? Like,
oh, if I remember correctly, I got shot in Baldur's Cove, didn't I?
yeah, you did, but that's not too uncommon. I mean, they always you know that the CPUs there are always loaded with a rocket.
I didn't know.
What? Okay, but they are always loaded with a rocket there, so it's like basically every run they choose to shoot a rocket, even though it's not always at you. You're just unlucky that they hit you with it, but they usually use a rocket there. It's really common.
Unlucky, I guess.
Maybe. But obviously it depends on your speed. If you go really fast, they won't have time to shoot you.
True.
See, oh my God, Bundy. The Bridge of Doom. Bridge of Doom. He has been complaining about it a lot. But yeah, I mean it's one of the few places in the game actually where you can you know, when you can be forced to backtrack. I don't think there's another part where you have to be, where you can be forced to backtrack in the level. I think that's the only one.
Mm,
Wow,
Yeah.
it was so close to
Yeah.
flying.
it is.
Yeah.
Unless you click coins.
Huh? Unless,
Unless you click coins.
yeah, of course. But I think that track is actually the only level where you have to backtrack if you make like a mistake.
Hmm.
But it is interesting though. If you look at the timer right now, it looks good. It looks good for him for a PB.
It
does look
sure
good.
does.
Wow, did you see that shield?
Last frame.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, the spike ball got destroyed by the shield on basically the last frame. I mean, it's hard to tell if it's the last or second to last or you know, but that was basically the last thing. Wow, that was insane. But Bundy has almost 2 minutes on him to finish this race to get a PB.
Yeah, he got
And
this.
this race is not 2 minutes long generally, so he has a good shot. I mean, if he gets out of bounds, this is and you know does not go back in bounds and a lot of that stuff.
I think he
Wait,
knows
oh.
he's on PB pace, so
Yeah, that's a bad angle. Ooh, he shouldn't have gone for that when he had that angle. You want to be perpendicular to the wall, and he was definitely not perpendicular. Oh, and the loop! No, Andy, come on.
don't
You got
choke.
this. Don't choke. Exactly. That's what you're supposed to say. Tell someone to not choke and they won't choke.
Ah, sorry. Ah.
Let's see how he does on the next lap. Will he go for that out of bounds? Will he just go normally? What will he do? We don't know. He goes for the... Okay, he has the shield. That's good. He gets the out of bounds. Okay, this is interesting. So let's see if he can actually get this. Oh, his angle is very far down. He needs to drive upwards. Go up. Otherwise you're gonna void out. Okay, good. So one thing he did there that's really good is that you can actually angle the barrels so that you go slightly up or slightly down. And what he did there was that he actually angled it. He's getting it. He's getting the PB. There it is. 33.05.
Nice.
Fish with the spoilers in chat because the stream is delayed here. No bueno. But yeah, that's an 11-second PB for Andy.
And I was 11 seconds off PB. What is this?
Yeah, well, was it 11? I thought you got 24.8.
Yeah, it's 11 and a half seconds.
Okay, 11 and a half then. If you say that 11.5 is approximately 11, sure.
Yeah.
We usually round fives up, but you know.
Yo, Andy, good race.
Well, I did it.
You did it.
Yes.
An 11-second PB.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, if I would have gotten the spaceport alpha out of bounds that first lap, it would have been a little bit faster. But
Yeah. You felt like you were kind of you missed the shield. So it looked like you kind of stressed it. You were like, oh, what am I supposed to do? And just boosted from a really bad angle.
yeah, I just kind of YOLO'd it. It happens. And then that stupid Star City bridge. Okay. Yeah, if I wouldn't have missed that bridge the first lap, it would have been a little bit better too. But
You were really close to falling off on the second lap too.
I know.
The bridge, that's one of the practice points.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess you're really happy with getting a PB again.
I am. It shows that I'm actually getting better.
Yeah, and also it's interesting because you did a practice run before this, and that was not going as well as this. So
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what I was saying. Get the bad run out of the way before, so when I come and do this, it'll be better. And I PB'd, so I'm pretty happy with that.
yeah, that's really good. That's awesome.
Good sweat.
But yeah, Andy, that was your last race of the tournament, right?
That was my last race.
So, and you lost all your races, I think.
That is true.
Yeah, but I mean, you're a new runner. I just
Exactly.
wanted to ask you, what has been like, what are your thoughts on the tournament? Like being in your first ever speedrunning tournament and stuff like that.
Well, it's been an experience for sure with the having racing with people like Nordic and Kalul and Atomic Otaku, just kind of people at different levels, and seeing what they do compared to what I do, and seeing it side by side. And as I said, having only run this 2 or 3 weeks before this, I have a lot to learn. I understand that, and just knowing that I'm continually improving, I think Nordic might have to watch his back. Ooh, for next year.
Thanks.
Yeah, but hopefully, like this has, made you more interested in continuing speedrunning the game.
Oh, for sure.
So, but yeah, I think, but that's a good thing with a tournament. Like, you can, it's a really interesting experience, and you want to have a good showing when you're, when you're like on a big stream and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, this is great. I found one that I can actually do. It doesn't take too much time, so I can actually practice.
Yeah.
Because I know a gate. I was originally, like last year, contemplating doing 100% runs of this, but it takes so dang long, and with the schedule of the way it is, it's kind of hard to get more than one run in a stream.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
But All Trophy Races is a little easier.
Agreed.
But yeah, Nordic, I would just want to ask, like, would you be happy with the second best seed, or are you gonna go for first?
I mean, I will go for first. And right now, I can beat it. It will be hard. And you will most likely set a better time anyway, so...
We'll see. We'll see what I can do. But yeah, it looked really good today. You've been looking really good when you've been streaming attempts, and you look really good in the race today. And yeah, this is why Nordic is a top contender for the title.
Only since a few days, though.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
But yeah.
Coffee break, then hello. Let's go.
Exactly. So we do have another race on this channel in 15 minutes, I'm pretty sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
Yeah. And I think we don't really have to say much more than congrats on the PB to Andy. And congrats on the win and a great time for the tournament, Nordic.
Thanks.
And thanks for commentating, Giz. We appreciate it.
No props.
Thank you.
And yeah, make sure to watch it. There's a lot of runs today, a bunch of them. There's like 5 runs or something today, or races, I mean. So
Go Conrad!
yeah. So thanks for watching. Keep watching the DKR stuff today, and yeah, see you later.